Today's South Texas Fail video is brought to you by Herpes. Herpes, the gift that keeps on giving. And in case anyone forgot, I am still an opinionated asshole. But that's probably why you're here. Herpes. Your mother's second favorite STD. Right behind chlamydia. Alright, well apparently story time is more popular than my rants. And seeing as I'm doing this for that sweet, sweet 40 cents of ad revenue, I'm going to tell y'all another one. Today's story is about Alvin, and why I think she's an idiot. Okay. A few years ago, and when I say a few, I mean like 7 or 8 years ago, I was at a gamingcon in South Texas. It was a ChimeraCon, I believe. And they were, having it at this little convention center. And it was fun. It was an enjoyable con. And, they had all the normal con stuff. Different games, different stuff, different vendors, all that fun shit. But what caught my attention was they were doing demos of D&D 4.0 before it came out. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I am down to play that. My buddy and I sat at the table, and we had no idea what D&D 4 was about. 4th edition, it's not even on the shelf yet. We're going to check this shit out. So we go with the pre-made characters that are for the game that the demo used, and I get a halfling thief. Okay, cool. I can play a halfling and I can play a thief. Put me with a halfling thief, and there are going to be some lighter pockets all around. But I digress. Ends up happening is our characters are starting off at a bar. An inn, a tavern, whatever you want to fucking call it. And what ends up happening is the main group of the party, the paladin, Alvin. She was the paladin. And I call her Alvin because she just... Fuck, man. It's the only way to really describe her is a Alvin and the Chipmunks kind of person. She, if you don't know what that means, Alvin and the Chipmunks, before those stupid movies came out, when I was a child, was a pretty big cartoon. She kind of sounded like Alvin. I guess that's why I called her Alvin all these years. Or it could be because her name rhymed with Alvin. Okay, anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Alvin's playing a lawful good paladin. I'm playing a chaotic neutral thief. Okay, cool. I can do this. I can make this work and make it a copacetic group. Now, partway through the meal, my guy gets up and sits at another table. The reason he got up and sat at another table was because the paladin was really irritating to my character. So, I took his offer of, if you don't like what I'm saying, the character, not the player, then you can move to another table. So I did, and so did the assassin. The assassin moved with me. And we sat down at another table. And being a halfling, my guy orders another bowl of soup. And when the soup arrives, the barmaid, waitress, whatever you want to call her, puts the soup down, but then puts a note down in a way that it would be only to where I could see it, because it's on the inside lip. It's on the bottom of the bowl, kind of where it's sticking out, and I can see it and pull it out. And instantly, having heard this, Alvin, she demands to make a notice check. And it's like, no. The GM's like, no, you have no knowledge of this note. He hasn't even looked at it yet. You're just now metagaming. You're trying to cheat. Okay. She gets all frumpy about it. It's like, fine. So my guy reads the note, and on the note says, simply meet me in the alley before you leave. Okay. It could be a trap. It could be a side quest. It could be a request to betray everyone. It could be anything. But it's a fun little game that I'm trying out, and I'm like, okay, cool. I will meet this character in the alley. Now, the assassin notices me reading it, and had a legitimate reason to notice, because I held it up and they saw the note. They didn't see what the note said. They just saw the note. And I folded up and I put it away. So the party eventually finishes. They get their contact with this quest group, who then lets us know that we have to go track down a group of rogue druids, I believe, or at least what they thought were rogue druids, and that they were evil and they had to be taken out. They were causing all sorts of trouble. So we're about to leave, and my character, I say that, oh, he's gonna go use the bathroom real fast. He's gonna go to the bathroom. And instantly the paladin goes, I want to see if he's lying. And the GM goes, why? Because I know he has that note. And the GM goes, no. You know, but your character doesn't know about the note. Your character has no information about the note. Your character never saw the note. Well, still, I want to see if he's lying. Okay, fine. So we roll, and I fail. And she's like, now, what are you really going to do? And I'm like, fine. I'm going to go out in the alley and get some mission nookie. And everyone giggles and chuckles, and she gets really mad looking. What? You heard me. And the assassin, the person playing the female assassin goes, yeah, we're going to go bump it up in the alley. We're going to go to Pound Town in the alley. And the party believes it, and I roll high enough, and the assassin rolls high enough to where the paladin believes it. Okay, fine. The assassin and the thief, me, we go into the alley, and the barmaid says, look, I know the truth about those druids. They're not the ones causing the mutations. They're not the ones causing the problems. If you could save them, this cult that they're part of will actually reward you more than what the paladins at this temple will. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down. So we go through the mission, and the whole time the paladin, Alvin, she keeps trying to get the assassin or me to tell her what happened in the alley, so her character could know, so her character, who is lawful good and a Mary Sue, will fucking get whatever she wants. And it's like, nope, you don't know. You pissed off the halfling because you sat there and called me a filthy vermin because my alignment doesn't match yours. And you made fun of the assassin because they're, chaotic neutral as well. Okay, fine. Okay, that works. The GM stops her at every chance that she's getting too fucking aggressive with it because it's unnecessary. Well, the story goes on, and we're playing, and it's going really well. We're kicking some ass, and we finally make it to the temple where these paladins are to arm up. And it's like, okay. And the assassin and my character aren't really too hip on this. We haven't even gone to find the druids yet. And any kind of mutation we've seen doesn't really seem like something that occurred via a druid's kind of magic. This seems a little more on the dark side, like a fucking necromancer kind of shit. Maybe a lich. So we're thinking this is bullshit. These druids ain't doing this. And we're pretty sure that the note is accurate. So what ends up happening is we go to this place where the druids are, and we fight our way through this old abandoned reliquary temple where the druids are held up. And it turns out that the druids are actually being held prisoner by a lich. And the paladins from this temple were supposed to join us to help us wipe out the druids at the end of this long little hallway. Well, turns out Alvin's character had passed a note to the GM, GM note, to the GM saying, I want the other paladins to know about the halfling thief's note that he got from the barmaid. And the GM looks at her and goes, no, No. Your character doesn't know about that note. You have no idea about the note. For all you know, him and the assassin went in the alley, did their thing, got their freak on, and then joined the rest of the party. All you're doing is metagaming. And she's like, fine. Okay, fine, whatever. So, at the end of this little hallway, where we're supposed to let the other paladins in, I rush forward because I'm the thief, and I can get there pretty quick, and we had already killed most of the enemies, and I'm able to kind of squirrel up in a spot where I can sabotage one of the door hinges, making it really, really hard to open. It won't open more than a few inches, maybe a foot, making it almost impossible for someone in full plate to fucking fit through the door. And she, of course, flips out and says, no, she's going to pursue my character and stop him from doing this. And the GM's like, he passed a stealth check. You have no idea what he's doing. He went around a corner. You can't see him. For all you know, he's disarming a trap. So then I have my character throw some random bits of string and metal on the ground and tell everyone, okay, it's safe to proceed. As if I'd disarmed a trap on a door. Okay, cool. Cool. So they come marching up, and there's no traps. And they go to open the door, and lo and behold, the door only opens about 8 inches. They can't fit, the paladins can't fit through this. And what ends up happening is they go, fine, y'all go ahead, we're going to do what we have to get through this door, but you have to get to the basement. You have to get to the very bottom of this. You have to stop these paladins. And what ends up happening is we run through more of this fucking campaign. And for a one-shot, it was 2.5, 3 hours. So, it was a fun little thing. But we finally get to where the fucking druids are held up. And, of course, there is a lich. And we interrupt the lich, turning a paladin into a freaky mutation, kind of an undead thing. And, the druid on the table that's being performed on dies horribly. I believe the GM used the phrase, like a water balloon full of person explodes. Okay. So we fight the lich, we almost die, we kill the lich. We're sitting there and the paladin is, trying to heal themselves and isn't healing the assassin or myself. Heals everyone else but us. The cleric goes to heal the assassin, who was way more hurt than I was, and the paladin stops that character and goes, no, you're not allowed to heal them. They're hiding something. And the GM's like, you don't know they're hiding something. Fine. They're immoral and impure, and they had sex and da-da-da. And the GM's like, fine. Try to sway the clerics, the cleric. And, of course, the paladin sways the cleric. So, I have a potion. So, I give the assassin the potion of Cure Light Wound. And they heal up, and then they're able to convince the cleric to heal me. Well, about this time, after I'm healed up, we hear the paladin start screaming about how he's going to kill everyone in that cage. Just kill all the druids in the cage. To which point the assassin and I go, no, don't kill them. And the druids are like, yeah, please don't kill us. We're being held hostage. We thought you were here to save us, not kill us. So the paladin's like, well, why? I said, well, look at them. They're in a cage. They're fearful. They were scared of the lich. They were huddled back in a corner as one of their own was turned into a water balloon full of person and exploded when you came in and interrupted the ceremony that the lich was using to transform them into abominations. Maybe there's something else going on here. And, of course, the girl playing the paladin, Alvin, as I've called her, is screeching about no, we were hired to kill them. That was our mission. And I'm like, well, maybe the mission is wrong. And the cleric's like, yeah, this doesn't seem like they're doing. This doesn't seem like they're the ones causing the problem. You know, they're not the ones causing the mutations. They've become the mutations because of that lich we just fought and killed. Maybe we ought to not kill them? Maybe that's a possibility? And it took 15-20 minutes of out-of-character back and forth to convince the paladin not to just kill all of the druids in this cage. And by this time, the rest of the paladins from the temple show up, and they come in, and they go, I see you've arrested the criminals, and da-da-da-da-da, and the people causing a scourge upon the land, and blah, blah, blah. And Alan instantly goes, yeah. But our thief won't let us kill them. And it's like, fine. I stand up, you know, my character stands up on a table and goes, listen, these people are innocent. They were being held hostage by a lich. And Alvin goes, well, how would you know? And it's like, because look at the situation. They're in a cage. They were huddling back in a corner away from the lich when the lich was working on one of them, turning them into an abomination. You ever think maybe they're innocent? Well, blah, 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 dark magic, da-da-da-da-da, evil this, evil that, and the other paladins are going, huh. And I go, and on top of that, I was hired, along with the assassin, on a side mission to save them because someone knew that this little cult was being held hostage by a fucking lich. Huh. Go figure. And at which point, I was able to sway the other paladins into releasing the druids. And Alvin, you know, that's the end of the campaign. You know, the end of the one-shot demo for the new edition of D&D. And at this point, Alvin starts screeching at me about, well, why didn't you tell us this? And why didn't you do that? And why? And it's like, first off, I'm playing a thief. Okay, and? Second, my character's chaotic neutral. Your character is lawful good. You're the law, I'm the criminal. Two elements that never fucking mix well in a game. Well, bam, 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 bam. And it's like, no. And on top of that, you're sitting there insulting my character because he's a halfling thief. After that, I don't think my character would want to share this information with you. But on top of all this, you then try to metagame at the fucking table by trying to find the note that you had no idea that I had, so you could see what it said because you have no fucking clue as to my character having the note. And then you give the assassin shit for helping me lie to you about going into the alley for some pre-mission nookie. I don't know what group you came from, but I guarantee that if this is how you play with them, they probably hate your ass. And one of the other people at the table, who apparently was from her group, went, yeah, pretty much, and walks off. So, yeah, for the rest of the con, Alvin would follow my buddy and I around as we went from demo to demo and sit there and go, oh, don't trust them. They're liars. And it's like, really? You're going to fucking try to be a bitch about this whole thing because you can't accept the fact that your own character and how you played them cost you information. If you hadn't been such a dick, I would have shared that information, like I did with the assassin who helped me lie to you. You know? But you chose to be an asshole, so fuck you. It got so bad that Alvin was actually told to leave the con. Alvin was thrown out of the con. And the rest of the con was great. You know, I played a few more demos and had a really good time. I even played a Fallout-style pen and paper RPG, which was pretty fun. But that's the story of Alvin. The bitch who just couldn't take an answer for no. Or no for an answer. Anyways, if you hate the video, awesome. If you like the video, you're an idiot. And if you subscribe, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is South Texas Fail. I'll see y'all some other time.